Well, welcome to our last part, week 4, in our intro to nutrition. This one we're going to be just going over some, just a quick overview of just some myths when it comes to diet and nutrition, probably things that you see on the internet all the time, as well as supplements. Supplements is usually a big question. Should I take them? Will they help? What will help? So we'll just go do a little brief overview on some just really common supplements, as well as detoxes. Detoxes, they have been really popular in the past. They're still pretty popular. A lot of people get sold on that they need to do a detox of some kind. So we'll just go over a little bit of that as well. So go ahead and share my screen. Let's see. All right, how's that? Can everyone see it? Intro to nutrition. Perfect. All right. Food myths. There's lots and lots and lots and lots out there. And it kind of depends on who you ask, whether they'll say it's a myth or not. So we'll just get into just a brief overview of some. So a myth. This is just a really big one that a lot when first getting into nutrition that we tend to think is that if we eat low calorie, then that's good. We're healthy. We're gonna, and we've gone over this, I think, in week 2 and week 3. But what do we need to make sure that we do is that we're eating enough. Eating enough good, healthy, quality foods. So that is something I just want to reiterate once again, because eating very low calorie will make you tired, it'll give you brain fog. It'll be worse than if you're probably overeating a little bit, to be honest. So that's just something I'll reiterate for the probably third or fifth or sixth time is make sure that we're eating enough good quality foods. And so this is you might hear a lot of optimal diet, the best diet, what's the best diet out there, what's the perfect diet. You'll see a lot of diets referencing body hacks. So say, oh, this diet will hack your body and you'll lose 20 pounds in 5 days. Or, this body or this diet is how, people were supposed to eat. So you can only eat this, and this. So lots of extreme diets. These aren't necessarily myths per se, but what you'll hear a lot of is you have to eat this way, right? It's the best way. It's the only way. If you want to be healthy, if you want to lose weight, this is how you have to do it. And so things like diets you see on television, the Oz's, the Dr. Oz's pitching all the perfect diets, the body hack stuff. The other things are like extreme dieting. So I call these myths because for 99% of people, they're not realistic. Like I mentioned in week 1, a diet is something that is a nutrition plan. It's a way to eat, and it should be a way to eat long term. So the carnivore diet is simply cutting out everything but meat. And it seems that there's no real purpose to this, but it's just meat. And realistically, that's not realistic for most. So that's why, can you do it? Sure. In any of these diets, you can do if you want, but realistically, long term, it may not be the best. 8 to 10 meals a day. Yes, some people say you need to eat 8 to 10 meals a day. Some people say you need to eat every 2 hours. Again, this is not realistic for most. You eat a meal, hour later, start cooking, eat again. So this is something that, again, it's totally unnecessary. It's totally unnecessary. Even a bodybuilder doesn't need to eat this many times a day. The other is ultra low carb, and this is usually ultra low carb or long term. Um, Ultra low carb is going to leave you feeling cravings all the time, and you can maybe even consider this keto, which again we've gone over keto. I'm not against keto, but for the long term, it is very difficult. You're always you'll always have cravings. It'll be difficult when you're going out places. So, um, and then one meal a day as well. One meal a day is or OMAD, so a diet where you just fit all of your calories in one meal. 24 to 36-hour fasts. These are something that people do periodically throughout the week, throughout the month. Um, but long term, in order to really sustain doing these kinds of things, it's very difficult. It probably just adds a lot more stress mentally, thinking, oh man, I got to do a 36-hour fast tomorrow. So the actual health benefits, it's you got to kind of weigh it. What is the actual health benefit that you're receiving versus um, the stress of having to go through it? Exact ratios and macros. Exact ratios and macros. Some people say you need exactly 200 grams of protein. Exactly. And we've gone over macros. Counting macros is a great way to do your diet, but becoming a perfectionist on it. A lot of these, it creates almost like an eating disorder. You start to fear foods. You start to fear not getting the perfect amount, not getting the right amount. You start to fear not being able to eat in the morning. You start to fear certain food groups, that you can't eat carbs anymore, that you can't eat vegetables or fruits anymore because you'll gain weight or get sick or any of these things. So this is something these are, I consider, myths in the sense that they're the only way you need to eat. They're the only way you need to eat. So avoiding these extreme diets, uh, none of these extreme diets are gonna change your life tomorrow. None of these extreme diets you're gonna see lightning fast, ultra fast results, 24/7 energy, never need to sleep again because you're just wired. You're not gonna see these diets do that. You can eat, like on the other side here, whole foods, get a variety of food, have some grains, have some fruits, have some vegetables. Uh, Eat a diet high in healthy fats. If your diet does not contain healthy fats, uh, then you should question it. Having regular meal times. The thing about our bodies is it loves consistency. It loves consistency, especially with sleep and with food. So having a diet where your meal times are consistent is always best. And if that's 2 meals a day, if that's 3 meals a day, if that's 6 meals a day, that's essentially the optimal diet for you. Not, and that's where I kind of come into the myth that there is one optimal, one perfect diet for everyone. The perfect diet, the optimal diet is different for every single person. It's different for every single lifestyle. So that's something, stick to something, find something, and you'll certainly change it over time to find it that fits your lifestyle. I always, there's the saying, we eat to live, we don't live to eat. So our diet should be one that helps us with our daily lives, that helps us with everything else that we're doing in life. And now, those are just some basic, quick, easy myths, to not get too caught up on the minor details, the very specifics. Looking up every single diet and finding, the one that Dr. Hufenschlagen in Germany designed in 1912 is the optimal diet. So it gives a little more freedom for you to eat. And now supplements. Supplements. Maybe a lot of people have questions on supplements. Am I for or against supplements in general? Neither. Supplements are supplements. They're there to supplement. So a diet that is a healthy diet, a good diet, do you need supplements? No, I don't think you ever need supplements. But depending on your lifestyle, whether you're an athlete, whether you're training for something, whether you're very, very busy, supplements can actually play a very good role in these things. First one's creatine. This one's going to be more for those, those who like to work out, those who like to train. Creatine is in your foods. You'll get it if you eat a lot of meat, fish. You're getting creatine. Um, Creatine is just a white powder. A lot of the um, what's mostly used for is performance and strength, recovery, and size. And it's probably the most researched supplement, other than maybe protein powder, out there. Um, but it does essentially, in a sense, I guess to make it as simple as possible, it provides energy for the muscle. So if you're wanting to grow in strength, um, as the cells, as the ATP in your cells, you run out, creatine helps replace that. So creatine helps you actually be able to get stronger. It also can help with recovery as well. So is it a good supplement? That's up to you to decide. Is it safe? It seems if you're taking it as directed, um, it seems to be very safe. And if you're looking for a little added recovery, it can be a very good supplement. Vitamin D. Vitamin D, um, most people are deficient in, actually, especially I think in COVID time, where we're, inside, at least for me, every day, most of the time. We don't get the benefits of the sun. And actually, vitamin D can affect your hormones, and it can affect your mood, it can affect your brain. Vitamin D is very, very, very important. And this is something that, I'd always recommend that you check with a doctor, knowing exactly what you need. But many people are deficient in vitamin D. This is something that I always keep as a staple. Actually, um, I always take vitamin D to make sure that, like I said, it can manage your hormones. It can manage um, many, many. It's been shown to do many, many amazing things, and it's one of the things us as um, you know if you live a sedentary lifestyle, or especially you can mention with COVID, or it can actually help a lot of those things. I've known people who um, have suffered from depression, who they went to the doctor deficient in vitamin D, took some vitamin D, and it actually um, really helped cleared their head up. So that's one thing. Fat loss pills, weight loss pills, everybody's favorite. Take a pill and you lose all your weight, right? No, not really. These are so there's different ones you can come out there. There's different ones that will tell you it'll just take that right off. Um, Definitely stay away from those because it's going to take a lot other stuff probably with it that you need. It's probably going to ruin and destroy your body. So don't take any of that. Now, if it says it's going to help you burn fat or increase your metabolism and do all of these things, usually what these pills are loaded with caffeine and other stimulants and diuretics. And diuretics are what take water away. It strips water out of your body. So why is that good? It's not. What it does is you can lose 5 pounds in a couple days of water weight. And so you think, oh man, this is really, really good. This is really working. I've lost 5 pounds. And with that decreased water weight, you can also look a little more toned as well. You don't have as much water on the surface in the skin. So you feel like it's doing its job. You feel like it's working really, really well. But in actuality, the second you get off of it, the second you drink some water and some carbs, you're going to go right back up. So these things, again, your research, decide for yourself, but they're usually loaded with um, caffeine, 6 cups of coffee, and other yohimbe and other stimulants um, in order to try and ramp up your thermogenics in your body. So fat burners, maybe that will go in the myth pile as well. And protein. Protein. This is for weight loss, but protein can be used for a lot of different ones. This is probably your most common. what you're mostly looking at as being an option, protein powders can be very good again as a supplement. As a supplement, if it's very difficult for someone to eat enough protein, or what I like it the most is as a meal replacement. If I'm at work and it's very busy, I don't have time to actually sit and eat a meal. I can drink a protein powder, a protein shake, and that will help. Uh, it'll help my blood sugar. It'll help me from feeling cravings. It'll give me a boost of energy. It can help muscle breakdown. It can help boost metabolism. It can do all kinds of good things. So a protein powder, it can boost in recovery. If you work out, or even if you do things like yoga, things like that, stretching and all that, the stretching and everything, it can cause micro tears in the muscle tissue. And so there is a recovery process that needs to happen. And protein is what helps rebuild that muscle tissue. And so protein powder, if you're not getting enough protein powder or protein in your diet, protein can be a great way. Can be a great way to supplement. But now there's 1,000 different kinds of proteins, right? 1,000 different kinds of proteins. So there's different kinds of proteins. And so I'll sit on this one a little bit just because it is probably the most um, likely to be used. It's probably the best option if you're looking for something to help. Um, a whey protein is it's a fast acting protein. It's great for after a workout, after you exercise. It absorbs very quickly. And so you can get the amino acids, the protein, it'll break down into amino acids, and it can become fuel for your body. You can start recovering very quickly. Casein. Casein is now a very slow protein. So milk, if you think of milk, like if you go and get a gallon out of your fridge, it's very high in casein protein, and then has a little bit of whey as well. And so it has some fast acting, but it has a lot of slow digesting. Milk's very slow digesting. And this can be good. This can be good, especially mixed with whey. If you find a protein, my favorite is a whey protein and a casein protein mixed together, because you get a steady stream of digestion, of breakdown of protein in your bloodstream over the course of hours. And so you'll see many people, especially people who tend to work out looking for added recovery, will drink this close to bed, so that way they're getting that protein with it while they're sleeping. They're getting that added recovery while they're sleeping. Some people don't, milk's not a good option for them. Milk-based proteins are not a good option for them. So you can eggs another great high bioavailability, it digests very well. And if a lot of what's really popular now is plant-based proteins, and like soy, pea, rice proteins. And these are good options too, especially if with digestion problems, if some people can't really handle the whey as much. And so plant-based proteins can be an added benefit, or if you're just trying to go more plant-based away from animal products, it could be good. I use several different vegan options or plant-based options as well. And they don't taste as good, I'll tell you that. They definitely don't taste as good. They taste a little more chalky. Um, so if you want a good one, a good tasting, yeah, probably a chocolate milkshake, whey protein flavors the way to go. But all right. And then that's kind of our supplements. And now detoxes. Detoxes. You've probably heard of many ones. Juice cleanse. If you've ever heard of juicing, that was really popular a couple years ago or 5 years ago or so, where you juiced all your foods and you drank all your foods and all you drank was juice for 30 days or so. And now these detoxes, it's not necessarily a yay or nay. I'm going to say never do it, don't do it. Um, the only thing with detoxes is there's some that are very, very extreme. Uh, there is one that was very popular. It was water, maple syrup, lemon juice, and cayenne pepper. And that's all you drank for however long. And there's the cabbage soup detox, where all you eat is cabbage soup. And there's again, the juice cleanse, where all you do is you juice and that's all you drink. Now the thing is when people tend to have, if you read on the internet, good results, oh man, this really did it for me. A lot of times what they're doing is they're changing from a very high processed, terrible food diet. They're usually eating hamburgers, cheeseburgers, ice cream, candy bars, sodas, and then finally they change. And so of course they're going to see results. No matter what, they're going to see results. They're eating fruits and vegetables now. And so this is something that with a lot of um, internet, magic cures that you'll see people changing and receiving a lot of, um, they're just switching from a very poor diet to eating nutritious food, unprocessed food. And so they're making a healthier lifestyle change in general. So you can do this without making it extreme. You can do this while eating your foods, receiving the fiber, um, not going the extreme route. Because if you go the extreme route, um, usually anything that you're looking for very, very fast results, it's not a very good long-term thing. And so if you do these kind of crash diets, these crash detoxes, what's going to happen is the second you start eating again, you start eating normally again, you're going to gain all your weight back. Everything's going to go back to normal. And it's best to be in it for the long run. So to switch to a healthier eating lifestyle, to switch to a healthier diet, to more nutritious foods, less processed foods, avoid the extremes, and you're going to see results in the long term, and you're going to keep it in the long term. Because most with the extremes, they'll gain it the second they get off. The second they get off. So that's my spiel on detox. Again, you can do it if you want, if you really want. Maybe it works for you, and maybe you have one that really works for you. You do it once a week, or you do it every month, or something. Again, these are just basics, just basics of trying to avoid mainly the extremes on these things. All right, and here's a little quote I think you guys might enjoy. Most nutrition myths contain a little truth. This is what makes them so damaging. Most things contain a little truth, but can be very, very bad, very poisonous. So let's avoid these nutrition myths. And Hippocrates said, let your food be your medicine. Let your food be your medicine. So instead of, just trying to take pills, take supplements, take extreme dieting, only eating the egg diet, only eating eggs every single day, only eating potatoes every single day. Let's eat well, let's eat healthy, and you'll see a very good change in all areas of your life. All right, everyone, that was Intro to Nutrition, part 4, week 4.